Please don't spend weeks or even months creating a digital product before you know if anyone actually wants it. That is one of the fastest ways to waste time, lose momentum, and convince yourself that digital products don't work. In this video, I'm going to show you how to validate a digital product before you build it. So be sure to catch the last one because it gives you the clear signal that people are actually ready to buy. If we haven't met yet, I'm Kimberly Latona. I've spent the last 15 plus years coaching entrepreneurs and building businesses. And over the past several years, I've helped women turn their experience, stories, and ideas into digital products that actually sell. One of the biggest things I've learned is this: you do not need more random product ideas. You probably have a ton of ideas already. Okay. You need proof that the right people are actually want the product before you spend your time building it. Because I think people will want this is not validation. It got likes is not validation. My mom said it sounds nice is definitely not validation. Okay, you need real signals. If you want to sell high demand digital products and actually make money with digital products, those signals matter more than your guesses. Okay, so validation starts with what people are already saying. So the first place that I would look is the easiest place: comments and DMs. Okay, pay attention to what people keep asking you or other people in your industry or niche. Okay, what are they asking other people? What are they asking the people who are in your industry and your niche? What do they seem confused about? What do they want help with? What are they complaining about? Okay, what do they keep repeating? And what are the words that they're using? This is one of the reasons why I tell people not to overcomplicate digital products in the beginning. You don't need to sit in a room and invent an idea out of thin air. You just need to listen. If multiple people are asking, how do I get started? How can you make a checklist for this? Do you have a guide for that? Can you tell me how to do that? Can you explain exactly how you got that result? That's data. And honestly, some of your best digital products to sell online are already hiding in the questions people are asking you for free. So if you want help choosing the right product and mapping out the simple funnel behind it, download my free Digital Freedom Business Blueprint below. So the second way I would validate a digital product is with a quick freebie test. Okay, this is one of my favorite ways to validate because it's simple, fast, and low pressure. Before building the paid product, create a free resource that's related to the same topic. It's kind of like a step zero. This could be a checklist, a short guide, a mini training, a framework, a planner, a quick start PDF, and then see what happens. Do people click on it? Do they opt in? Do they download it? Do they reply? Do they want more? If nobody wants the free version, that's useful information. It doesn't necessarily mean that the topic is bad. It might mean that the problem is not painful enough, or the title is not clear enough, or the promise is too weak, or the audience is not warm enough yet. Okay. But if the freebie performs well, that's a very strong clue that the paid product could work too. Because you're not just validating the idea, you're validating interest. And as a bonus, you're already building one of the most valuable assets in your business, which is your email list building. Okay, because most people obsess over the product creation first, when really they should be building demand and collecting leads. So you have somebody to sell to. Okay, so the third way to validate is by watching behavior, looking at what people click, ask for, or download, not just opinions, behavior. This is important because people will often say, that sounds amazing, and then they never buy it. Okay, they're just trying to be supportive or kind, and but then they're not willing to pay for the actual product. So I care much more about what people actually do. So look at what titles get clicked, what links get tapped, what freebies get downloaded, what are other people doing in the industry, what videos hold attention, what people ask for again and again. That behavior tells you where their real interest is. So if you have one topic that consistently gets more clicks, more comments, more replies, more downloads, pay attention. Okay, that is usually a much better product clue than just any random idea that you've been trying to force. It's also a strong clue for how to get traffic for digital products and which topics are most relevant if you want to make money with digital products. So the next thing, use YouTube topic traction as a signal. Okay, so this is one of the most underrated validation methods. If you're using YouTube, the content itself or your competitor's content, if you haven't started yet, can help validate the product. So you can watch for which videos get more views, more comments, which videos get stronger retention, which videos lead to more leads, and which topics make people ask for the next step or comment. Okay, that's a huge clue because if a topic consistently performs better, that often means that the pain point is real, the interest is high, and the topic is more relevant. Okay, not every high view video should become a product, but if the topic is relevant to your business and the audience is clearly engaged, it can absolutely help point you in the right direction to the right offer. And that's especially useful if you're figuring out how to promote your digital products, how to get traffic for digital products, and how to build a business that doesn't depend on guessing. Okay, the fifth way to validate is to create a simple wait list. Okay, this is really easy to do. You can say something like, I'm thinking about creating a product blank. If you want first access or want me to let you know when it's ready, join the wait list. Okay, that's it. This works because it gives people a really low friction way to raise their hand and say, yes, I'm interested, or like, I'm curious, right? And if you already have a small but engaged audience, this also can work really well. Okay, a waitlist helps you measure real interest, the demand of the topic, how many people want the solution, and whether your idea is worth pursuing further. And it's a lot smarter than spending 3 months building something in secret and then hoping that people buy later. Okay. The next one is to pre-sell a low ticket version first. Okay, so this is where validation gets really real. The sixth way to validate a digital product is to pre-sell a low ticket version first. So this could be a $7 guide or a checklist, a $17 workshop, a mini course, an ebook. This is one of the strongest validation tools because people can say all day that they want something, but when somebody actually pays, that's validation. That's real validation. Okay, several of my students have started with a simple $7 guide and then eventually created a bigger product like a $37 ebook. Okay, a low ticket pre-sale is powerful because it tells you whether the topic is compelling, whether the messaging is clear, whether the problem is strong enough for people to pay for, and whether people are willing to buy it. And that's much stronger than guesses, or even just going by validation from comments or the other methods that we mentioned. So this is how to make digital products to sell using free tools, AI, or templates before spending too much time designing or polishing. Okay. So here's what I want you to understand. Validation is not just asking, do people like this idea? Validation is asking, is the problem painful enough? Is the promise clear enough? Is the audience warm enough? Is the title compelling enough? Is the product specific enough? Okay, this is what you're actually testing. And this is why validation matters so much if you want to learn how to create digital products to sell online for beginners. Because beginners waste the most time when they create first and then think later. Validation flips that. You test first and then you can build smarter, waste less time, and get more momentum. So if I were validating a product from scratch, here's the order I would use. I would listen to comments and DMs, look for repeated questions and pain points, test a freebie on that topic, watch what gets clicked, downloaded, and replied to, use YouTube topic traction as a signal, maybe create a wait list, and sell or pre-sell a low ticket version. Okay, and once you know that the product is valid, then you can use tools like AI, ChatGPT, Canva, and System.io to scale it faster. So now here's the most important part. Validation does not mean waiting until you have perfect certainty. Okay, you're never going to have 100% certainty. What validation does is it reduces the risk and the wasted time. Okay, it helps you move forward with more confidence. And that matters because the women who make sales and turn this into a real business are usually not the ones with perfect ideas. They're the ones who test faster, learn faster, and adjust faster. And that is what creates momentum. And honestly, that is one of the reasons why I created the Digital Freedom Collective. Inside the Digital Freedom Collective, I help you choose the right product, validate the idea, and then build a simple system that actually works now so you don't waste months building the wrong thing and then never selling it. So if you've been stuck in overthinking mode or just procrastination, this is your permission to stop trying to predict the perfect product in your head. You don't need perfect certainty. You need better signals. And when you start validating the right way, your product gets stronger and your message gets clearer and your chances of making sales go up dramatically. That's how you start building a real business with around high demand digital products to sell online, not just a pile of unfinished ideas or a bunch of ideas in your notes app. Okay, so if you want your help turning your idea into a digital product and building the simple system behind it, don't forget to download my free Digital Freedom Business Blueprint below. And now that you know how to validate a digital product before creating it, watch the next video where I share 3 digital products that I would never sell as a busy mom. Watch that next because when you pair these 2 ideas together, you'll know both how to validate the right product and what kind of products to avoid. See you in the next video.